In the previous video, we just set up Git as well as set up a local website so that we could pull a project and essentially go to our browser, type in the URL, and navigate to our local website. In this video, I will show you how to set up Microsoft drivers, SQL Server drivers, so that you can connect to Azure and be able to pull information from a database. So the first thing you want to do is go to this particular website. The URL I will post in the show notes below, and essentially click on the red download button. You'll be given a few options. Now, if you have PHP 7 and above, you'll want to download the SQL Server 4.0. For PHP 5.6 and I believe 5.6 and below, it'll be SQL Server 32.exe. In this example, I have PHP 7 and above, so I'm going to go ahead and just download the SQL Server 4.0 40.exe. So now that it's finished downloading, I will go to my downloads folder and I'm going to execute the file. I'm just going to place it on my desktop for now. So the trick here is to look for the non-thread safe x86 architecture. So the NTS x86 files. So there should be two files, one for PDO and one for SQL Server. I'm just going to double check these. So these are thread safe. And this is the non-thread safe for 64. Thread safe for 86, thread safe for 64, so we don't need this. I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of this. And then this is non-thread safe 64. And the reason why I'm choosing non-thread safe and 86, even though I'm on a 64-bit architecture, is that I, in the past, have the best success of getting this version to run. So with that being said, I'm going to just go ahead and just continue to use the non-thread safe x86 architecture. So once we identify these two files, what we need to do is we need to store it in the PHP extension folder. That could be done in C. I believe program file 86, and then PHP, and using 7.1, and then the ext folder. And let's just drop those in here. Okay, so now that the DLL files are in the PHP extension folder in the version that you want to use it. So in my case, I'm in the 7.1 folder. You want to fire up the IIS manager, and then within the IIS manager, we want to fire up the PHP manager. Let's add it, and this one here. Okay, so let's add that. Oops, let's activate that one. All right, so both of those are now in, and PHP recognizes them. Next thing we want to do is we want to reboot the web server. Let's go back, let's go to sites. Let's go restart here. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we want to test to make sure that it can retrieve data from the database using those drivers. So I'm going to go to inetpub, www.root, go to our test folder. I do have a download script, an Azure download script that will test our database connection. So I'm going to put that in here. And I'll include this file in the show notes below. You'll have to edit the file and put in your database credentials. But it's a quick test. to see if you can connect to the database. So I'm going to go to test.local/Azure_DB test, and it should pull about 25 products. Perfect. So there you go. That's how you would add a database connection through Azure's SQL Server drivers, Microsoft drivers, and register them with your PHP, and then do a quick test. I do believe that with the latest version of PHP, if you're doing PHP 7 and above, it should already work. But if it doesn't work, you can always look at this video and see how you can manually install the drivers and then register it with PHP. So till next time, thanks.